it's been a few days and I haven't been able to pay for anything because you need to approve yourself, or no, you need to get verification on WeChat to be able to use like the international bank card. But now I've done it. I'm on my own for the first time, so I've got all this power in my hand. I'm gonna go to the border, Macau border, Gong Bay. There's a big underground market there that I went to quite a few times before, so I want to see if that's still open. One thing about zebra crossings here, doesn't mean you got to stop, but you kind of just have to walk out into the road and hope that they stop. Everyone stares at you. That's what you got to get used to. But a lot of the time they'll look at you and frown and seem like they're really grumpy, but if you just smile back at them, they'll start smiling and give you a little nod as well, especially if you say ni hao. There's always big new construction projects going on, as you can probably imagine. So if you see these buildings up ahead, that's the kind of apartment building complex that I stayed in for my internship. Not the ones on the left, but the one on the right with the building behind it. What's the one on like 23rd floor, something like that? I love the contrast with these really old apartment blocks with kind of the brand new ones in and around, and then these ginormous towers. Probably must be 60, 70 stories. I'm gonna go through the security gate on this side. I've never done that before. I didn't think there was one, but see everyone just drying their clothes on the side of the street. Gives it a nice scent of petrol. Just what you want. And this is kind of the apartment complexes that they're putting up everywhere. And my friend Leslie, his family have signed a deal to give up his land because they own like a 5-story building that they rent out, so they can develop it with these big towers. And I don't know, he seems pretty happy with it because it brings a bit of organisation to the area, because right now, like, the road outside his house, you can only have one vehicle on it. You can't fit it both ways, and there's loads of traffic when there's school times and whatnot. And here, like, all the cars are in the underground car park, and you have this really beautiful kind of gardens beneath all the buildings that there's space for people to hang out. The only problem is you have to live in one of these. Some people may say they don't have too much soul, but when you're down here walking amongst it, it's actually very pleasant and quiet as well. It's almost like the buildings, they kind of absorb all the sound from the city. But yeah, this one on the right, that was my building, and there was a swimming pool that I went in a few times, but generally it's just full of kids, and it seems like there's no water in it at the moment, so maybe that's just a summer thing, they close it off. But yeah, this is the old hood, the old neighbourhood. I could very easily just live in one of these again. But it's a nice walk and it's a nice day. I just Wish I wore shorts, but I'll remember that for tomorrow. Some nice palm trees on this massive mid-city highway. This road comes directly south to north, north to south, whatever, that direction, up from Gongbei and Macau down at the bottom. And I think I'll have a little look to see if the border queue is big, and if it isn't, then I might go across and try and get some footage of some of the nice casinos. So something's apparently happened in Zhuhai over the last few years, and it's due to the building of this massive bridge between Macau, Zhuhai and Hong Kong. I think it's something like 40 kilometers across. It takes like an hour to get across it on the bus. But along with that, the Hong Kong people from Hong Kong and people from Macau, they can now drive, well, I think people from Macau could easily do it anyway, but people from Hong Kong can now drive across this bridge and come into Zhuhai. But it doesn't work the other way around, because if you're from Zhuhai or mainland China, you need to apply for a permit to be able to enter Macau or Hong Kong, and you can only do that once every like 3 months or so. So Zhuhai has been flooded, or is flooded, with people, rich people coming over and buying stuff for cheaper. So everything's a bit cheaper here than it is in Hong Kong and Macau. So they're coming across and just spending time, spending money, but also apparently clogging up the roads and clogging up the car parks in the malls as well, which Leslie's not too happy about. But no, I don't know if I can go and find a view of this bridge, but I'll see what I can do. That's the Gongbei port, so just behind that is Macau. But there's an underground, let's zoom in, there's an underground shopping mall here that I've been meaning to go into for a while, so I'm going to go into it. But yeah, you do got to wonder what the impact of the people in Hong Kong and Macau coming over will have on the economy in Zhuhai. Like already, when I was looking for hotels and stuff, like it was so expensive, like £100 a night minimum in the centre of the city. That's why I'm staying so far out. And just like the general cost of other things as well, I think it's just going to shoot up. It's already a touristy city, Zhuhai, for I guess people in China wanting to go on holiday. They'll come down here. It's kind of like the French Riviera of China. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it develops over the next 5-10 years. I think it's already changed so much in the 6 years since I've been here. And I think it's just going to change even more as well, especially they're building a subway as well, linking a water park with the airport and the centre, which would be quite cool. Nowhere useful, but useful for tourists. Yeah. And here I am in the underground shopping mall, where you can get a lot of fake clothes. I'm not going to go into Macau, because I think it's going to be too busy, because this place is absolutely heaving. So I'm going to go try and find a badminton shop. That's where everyone's coming out, over there. there's two absolutely ridiculous pieces of architecture in Zhuhai, and I'm going to show you them now. The first one is the thing over my shoulder there. It's a dim sum restaurant. I think it's closed at the moment because I didn't see anybody in there, but it's honestly crazy. And this is the other mental thing. It's the Zhuhai Opera House, and it's like two clamshells. They actually go pretty hard when it comes to the Year of the Dragon. I can't imagine there'd be so many rap motifs around it if it was the Year of the Rat, or the Rooster, or any other semi-lame ones, because right now they've got this kind of stuff about everywhere. Giant blow-up dragons for everyone to walk through. I don't know. Who comes up with these ideas, man? Honestly, who comes up with these ideas? Someone's like, oh, I got the money to make this. This is the Zhuhai Tower, and in the background there's the Macau Tower and the Grand Lisboa, and an RGB bridge. Let's go. It's my last morning in Zhuhai today before I go to Dongguan to see my friend Jay from uni, who now lives and works there. And it's kind of sad. This is a really lovely place. It's so beautiful and actually really clean, and just a great place to kind of hang out and explore a bit more. I mean, as China goes, it's a small city, only roughly 2 million people, which seems silly to say, but yeah, small city, and it takes an hour and a half just to get across in a public bus. So it's pretty massive, to be honest, but yeah, not on our scale. Can't recommend enough, actually, coming and visit here. It's just across the border to Macau, so I guess any Brit can very easily go to Macau. I think you can stay like 6 months with no visa, similar to Hong Kong, and just all you need to do is grab a Chinese visa, pop across the border and explore a little bit. Just yesterday I had a delicious bowl of beef noodles for, it was like 10 RMB, which is like £1.10, which is crazy. And then must have been 20 or 25 dumplings for another 10 RMB. So if you're on a budget, it can still work for sure. Hotels, I was a bit wrong in saying that my hotel was like £9 a night or whatever it was. It's like £25 a night, so it's not too bad, but yeah, not like the cheapest for sure, but makes up for it in £1 noodles and dumplings. Now I'll be sad to go. I saw Leslie, Johnny, Forrest, Maggie, their new baby. There are a few other people like Swing and Kai and Francois that I would have liked to see, but obviously this is Chinese New Year time, so everyone's off work, and so people take the opportunity to go home to wherever they've come from, as I guess normal annual leave isn't too common, or at least a lot of it isn't too common, so everyone just uses this opportunity to go. And that's probably why the last time I was here did see a fair few foreigners just out and about, but this time I've been here for 4 days, and other than Forrest and Maggie, who obviously I know are foreigners, I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 on the street, and I've been out the whole time, so semi-surprising. Although Leslie said that a lot of the people in Zhuhai at the moment are just tourists anyway from other parts of China, so I guess you could say they're a bit foreign. But no, this is me gonna go head to Dongguan now. Yeah, thank you, Zhuhai. Been very nice.